healing your trauma heals others. Now, this subject really excites me, and I've wanted to talk about it for a while, and I honestly didn't, mostly because I wasn't living it. You know, there's a thing about me that you guys may or may not know is I don't really like to share things unless I've actually experienced it to be true. That's also held me back in the past, and thankfully is something I'm not so much doing anymore. However, it's funny. Now, this video is so insanely important because it's something that I think a lot of people overlook. And it is that when you heal yourself, when you heal your own body, physical, mental, everything, when you heal yourself, you actually heal others. I know that at first glance that sounds very like fluffy unicorn, you know, Miss America kind of goal. It actually is true, and it just happens as a byproduct of you healing yourself. It's funny. I don't even pretend to understand how that transmutation works, and I know that it does. I've seen it time and time and time again with person after person, including myself. This video is a playful reminder to heal yourself and also to have fun healing yourself, because fun, as you heal, you literally heal others. Because here's how it sort of works. Here's my limited understanding of the way that this works. When you heal yourself, one, you become more in alignment, and that helps with everything, honestly. It helps with your own personal flow, it helps with your clarity towards your own goals, it helps with your relationships, it helps with everything. And the other part is that what happens is, because you then are respecting yourself, when you start to focus on and heal yourself, it starts to radiate out. It's just a byproduct of the healing, is that you start to kind of glow and exude out your particular brand of radiance comes out of you more than it would. Think of it like cleaning a window. When you see, or even better yet, actually, a car, a really dirty car. If you've ever gone up to a really dirty car or something and written your name or written "wash me" on it, then you know what I'm getting at. That window is grungy. It needs some cleaning. So let's just use our bodies as the grungy window example. Essentially, if you were to do nothing with your body in this life, then you would think of your body as a pretty dirty, stanky window, and you want to right clean me on it, and you want to clean it. Long story short, if you do the healing, you start to actually take care of the things that need doing. What happens is people externally begin to perceive that you respect yourself and that you love yourself and you're taking care of yourself better. And as wackadoo as it sounds, they start to respect themselves more. And then it's this whole positive cycling, snowballing, compounding effect that I'm always talking about. That, except in this situation, my guess is your intent wasn't to heal others. Maybe your intent was just to heal yourself. So understand that it's such an important, and not in an authoritative like, do your homework, kids, it's so important. From, I'm telling you that I've been alive for 40 years now, and that healing myself has been, yes, a difficult journey, and also some of the most beautiful times of my life, because now that I've started to really do some of the cleaning and I've really done a lot of healing, I'm able to see through that clearer window, and I have a lot more peace and calm and freedom in my life. And it really is, bit by bit, the more cleaning I do and the more healed I become, my external reality becomes more harmonious. And yes, it's happening slower than maybe I would like. However, that is completely dependent upon the speed at which I am moving through my healing. You can directly affect that if you take your healing fast, so to speak, like if you take a big chunk of healing, which, by the way, I wouldn't necessarily suggest that. Healing is tough, and so I would say doing it in increments. At any rate, when you do that, that wound heals over, and then you're able to use that part of yourself again, I guess you could say. It just will give you so much more clarity, and it will give you and the people in your experiences that you directly interact with more peace, whether or not you mean to, just by you walking in your authority and in your healed self and being like, I know that I am here to be me, and that this is the version of me that I incarnated to be. It just starts to heal people. It is the most crazy thing that I've witnessed, and one of the biggest blessings I get to regularly witness is how much people's energy in the past, right? I used to be of the sort of mind like, oh, well, careful of so-and-so's energy. And I'm still cautious, like I have discernment. Also, though, my take is like, if me just saying a kind word to someone can so massively improve their day, why wouldn't I do that? You know, and a big part of myself, the reason I'm bringing that up is, and as crazy as this may seem, a big part of myself that I rejected and am now have healed, at least largely, is the part of me that wanted to give love. I was rejecting it because what I saw externally was that people are not mushy like this, and they don't just want to give out love all the time, and I have to hide that. I have to keep that inside. So I did, and it's honestly one of my best qualities. is that I actually really love people, and bless them, they're wonderful souls. The friends that I've acquired lately, is that even the appropriate term? I don't know. The friends I've met lately are so beautiful that with them just meeting me for the first time, they already see straight through to my soul. And I have to believe that that's in large part to, like I said, doing the window cleaning. Wax on, wax off. The window cleaning of your soul, the healing of yourself. So I know, what I want to say is twofold. It's that I know that healing is like this big, scary topic when you think about healing yourself, because honestly we have a lot of trauma and a lot of stuff that goes on in our lives, and it can really pile up. I also want to say this though, to encourage you, simply just start, because even if you have what you feel like is the, you know, insanely world's amount of stuff on top of your head, this is fly zipped by, like I spoke about in a recent video, as you dig in little by little and you start to unburden yourself, everything starts to open up and become free, and you will feel more expansive, more free, more calm, more happy, more often. And that is truly priceless. Truly. Our own peace of mind and calm of being is more worthwhile than I could possibly express in a singular video. And really, it's something that you get to experience if you wish on your own. So my plea of sorts, my ask of you, is to love yourself and to heal yourself, to just start healing yourself if you haven't. Because I've known a great many people who argued with me until they were blue in the face. Not argued with me, we didn't agree on the thing. Healing yourself or treating yourself with love is paramount. And I bet you, I'm not in touch with those folks now. I bet you that if I was and I asked them how they felt about that now, I would almost be willing to guarantee you that their stance has changed at least a little bit, because they've had to face themselves in that time. And there's no way that you're going to face yourself and your stuff and not end up somewhat inadvertently healing it. Because, as you may have heard, people say, once you see something, you can't unsee it. And so once you feel this freedom and you start to heal and then realize how that affects your surroundings and you'll be like, oh, I actually do want to do more healing. And I also assure you of this, it's not a never-ending process. The never-ending story. It's not never-ending. Healing does come to an end. And frankly, I would take issue with anyone, any guru, any guide, any person who says otherwise, who says that you will forever be healing, because I really do. I take a lot of issue with that, because these days we hear that from people of power, and it's honestly nonsense. And I don't say that lightly. I really don't, because I'm not the kind of person, as I said earlier, to just say something without intimately understanding it and knowing it for myself. Do yourself the favor, and if you haven't started to work on your own healing, start to love yourself and start to heal yourself, because I tell you this without joking, it is the most worthwhile thing you will ever do, because the beauty of it is the reflection that you get from others. The relationships you have with others then become so much more beautiful, and you realize that, oh my gosh, not only do I get to be myself, people love that. They love me for who I am. It's mind-blowing, or it was for me. So I invite you to embrace yourself, as cliche as that may be. You are, as I've said time and time again, the only version of yourself that will ever be. You are also divinely incarnated as a divine portion of the divine. I've said that about 50 times in this little expression. You are a unique divine expression of the infinite, and you deserve to be happy above all. And how do you get there? Through healing yourself, which is a process of self-love. If this video has helped you, please do share it with anyone that you think needs a dose of self-love, or believing in themselves, or to know that they're valuable. Subscribe, as it helps out a small content creator like myself to get the word out there to the people who need to hear it. And last but not least, if you need any support or coaching, my beautiful spirit soul, please reach out to this email address here, where it would be my honest pleasure to serve you in whatever way I can. So have a beautiful and a blessed rest of your day. Stay healthy. Namaste. Much love, and I will see you, beautiful cats, in the next one. Bye. But you have to, not have to. So you really love people. Like do your homework, kids, it's so important. Then you would think of your body as a pretty dirty, stanky window, and you want to right clean me on it, and you want to clean it. Wax on, wax off. So you start to actually take care of, that was tickly on my foot. respect themselves more. Sorry, the ants are tickling my feet. Cut out the nose rub. Nose itches aside. Forgive me if I get distracted by these ants I'm watching. I don't really like to share things unless I've actually experienced it to be true. Healing your trauma heals others. Part of yourself, a fluffy unicorn, you know, Miss America kind of goal. And there's no way that you're going to face yourself and your stuff and not end up somewhat inadvertently healing it. When you heal yourself, you actually heal others.